Hello, Medicare Advantage risk adjustment operators, innovators, and learners. Welcome to another weekly video learning series of the Hughes Academy Risk Adjustment Made Easy, the Medicare Advantage kind. I want to welcome you if today is your first time to our learning series. If you have been with us every week over a week, we also want to welcome you and thank you for the privilege of joining us to learn together. I also want to remind you of the Medicare Advantage Risk Adjustment Success GPT. It's the RAS GPT. You can go to the Hills Academy website at www.com, thehillsacademy.com/RASGPT, RASGPT, to show your interest of the application as it gets rolled out. Today, we pick up on our series on the Medicare Advantage risk adjustment data sources, and the corresponding cheat sheet that we have is From Chaos to Clarity, the essential comparison cheat sheet on Medicare Advantage risk adjustment data sources. And this is our signature gift. If you have not downloaded your copy already, you can go to the Hills Academy website and you download your copy while you get on our email list. And also, at the end of the video, if you stick around, I'm going to show you how you can download your free copy. Once you're on the email list, you get weekly emails of all the things that we have been developing and sharing. This is the video that takes that cheat sheet and creates a video out of it for you that you are able to use and leverage for your work. Last week, we talked about the fee-for-service claims data. This week, we are looking at the risk adjustment processing system data source, which is the RAPS data, the RAPS data source. You may think that RAPS is gone, but definitely RAPS is not gone yet. Therefore, it's very important to know this either from an overpayment perspective or if you are in a PACE plan, which we'll be looking at as we go through today's. Why is this very needed and necessary? And I'm gonna pull this out. And I had this excerpt from the rate announcement 2025 rate announcement. And you see last week we looked at the fee-for-service claims data and why it's important for PACE and non-PACE plans. You can see here for PACE and for non-PACE, and for PACE organizations. You need a fee-for-service claims data as part of the risk adjustment calculation process. For the RAPS data, you can see from here, for the PACE organizations, RAPS data is so used as a source. So you want to understand RAPS data, and especially if you're a PACE plan, or even if you are non-PACE, there is still overpayment, risk adjustment overpayment, which goes back through a look-back period where RAPS was still used. So you want to make sure you understand your RAPS data and see how best you either need to clean up or need to submit so that you get your fair, accurate, complete, and timely payment. So we'll take some time and go through the RAPS data and how it compares to the other data sets that we'll be discussing this month. So RAPS data, you can see that there is the RAPS inbound file record layout here that you can learn more about. But generally from the RAPS data, the program is Medicare Advantage, right? RAPS is used only in MA. Then the purpose is to add and delete risk adjustment diagnoses. Is for MA capitation. We learned about fee-for-service in the traditional Medicare, yet the data is still being used here in MA. For RAPS is an MA thing. And the format is a CMS proprietary. And yes, I had here, there is an inbound record types. And as you go through some of the CMS resources, you will be able to learn more about RAPS data. And who is identifying the diagnoses that are used for risk adjustment is the Medicare Advantage organizations, the MAO. So the MAO is the one looking at the set of diagnoses using the RAPS policy and operations guidelines and filtering and sending data, RAPS data to CMS to add diagnosis to a benefit profile or delete diagnosis from a benefit profile. So RAPS is MA thing, is adding and deleting diagnoses for capitation payment, CMS proprietary, and the MAO does that work. And a piece of the file layout, as you can see here on the screen. So this is RAPS, and as it compares to fee for service, we'll talk more about it. But for today, I want you to understand a bit of RAPS, and the corresponding cheat sheet that you'll download on the website has much more information than what we are covering here. So make sure you download that because it supplements and complements the videos that we have today. The cheat sheet here is the From Chaos to Clarity, the essential comparison cheat sheet on MA risk adjustment data sources. And you can see here claims data we talked about last time. The RAPS data is here, and then we'll talk about encounter data as we move forward through next week. And you can freely download your free copy on the website, and I will show you here. You go to the healsacademy.com, go to risk adjustment, and then you can download your copy as you get on our email list. So this is what we have for today, and thank you for joining us. If you have any question, any comments, you are free to reach out to me at info@thehealsacademy.com. Feel free to like, to share, to subscribe if this has been helpful to you, or you know anyone who would greatly benefit from the Heals Academy's resources. So thank you, and I hope to see you next week as we dig deeper into the encounter data. Bye for now.